Folks, welcome back or welcome to Conversations. We are your host, Ben.
And I'm Ryan.
And we have our very good friend, very special guest. You may recognize him as Kai from Walker Independence. Mm-hmm. You might recognize him as Tommy Wah from Woo Assassins and Fistful of Vengeance on Netflix.
Yes.
We have actor, dancer, writer,
director?
We'll get there. I feel like we're getting there. Yeah. Representing Kinjas, we got our brother Lawerence Kao in the pod.
Yeah, Lawerence.
Lawerence, yes, we gotta start with the
cheers,
cheers, man. This is great, dude.
You are actually our first Kinja.
Wow.
On the show.
Yeah. I feel very honored. Thanks for having me.
Other than us, but yeah, you're the first guest Kinja. So
wow,
welcome.
That's true.
Yeah.
First Kinja.
Dang,
so we were just looking at our guest board over there. Like Ryan wrote down like this. Well, I guess it was kind of a dream list of, or like, let's just see like who would be down.
I feel very honored
and
to
like you're
be
right up there.
Part of the dream.
You're right up there.
He was one of the first guys that I talked about, and then he was like, "Yeah, totally down."
Dude, totally,
Sick.
man.
And then we just didn't get it rolling for a couple months. And then,
Well, we actually redid this podcast. So we started recording like 2 years. Was it?
It
like
was
2021?
Yeah, it was 2021.
Dang, 2 years ago?
But
like
then,
end of 2021.
Yeah, but we also had a different name for the podcast.
What was it?
It was called Third Wheel.
Third Wheel.
Okay.
And
see,
Yeah.
so you would be the third wheel, right?
Well,
okay. I've professionally been a third wheel, meaning like I'm so used to being third wheel. To this guy and just so many. I'm always hanging out with like couples, and then
I don't like being third. I like being third wheel. Like I don't mind it.
Me neither. I don't feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. I don't feel uncomfortable either.
So like in this case, like if you were to bring Hugh on, because you guys have history with like Cabo Modern and dancing.
We do have history with Cabo Modern. We were both in the same
ABDC.
newbie class.
Oh, you're in the same newbie class.
Yeah, on Cabo Modern.
It's like,
yep.
How many years now?
Almost. That was freaking
19
years ago, bro. That's
crazy.
crazy.
Known you for 19 years.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
And then so we were on Cabo as newbies same year, and then fast forward, we competed against them on ABDC.
Yeah, that was
Cabo Modern versus Jab. Well, it should have been Cabo Modern versus.
It was
Jab
2 guys and 4 girls, or is it 3 guys, 3 girls?
Three guys, 3 girls. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The KMTV6.
Tony and
Mike.
Oh yeah, I know it was Mike, but it was Tony. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't know Tony that time, so.
When did we meet?
I feel like we met during like Kinja's like dojo era, like
right?
Yeah, we didn't meet before that, or
yeah.
Because I had actively stepped away from that dance scene for a while, and then coming back to it when he came back to LA, and then that's when we first met. I feel like we first really interacted at one of one of our like dojo parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you guys used to dance together.
We did. Yeah, we started dancing together.
99.
High school. Yeah.
Well, we met in 99.
I met you in 99, senior year of high school, and then.
You guys went to the same high school?
No, we were
So you got served each other from different high schools?
Kind of. It was a you got served ish thing, where their crew was kind of like unspoken and unofficially our rival crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was because we had a bunch of groupie girls that were from my school, and all of a sudden, like one summer, they were just like always talking about this group, and I'm like,
You're like, hell
freak
no,
are these
dude,
fools?
what the heck?
And we saw them, I was like, all right, they're kind of cool. They're kind of dope, though. Like when I saw you at the audition, I remember like, all right, I gotta be cool with them, otherwise I'm gonna lose my business.
So it's like you had your cheerleaders cheerleading for.
We had our cheerleaders going to them, and they were all about them, and it was like. And I feel like you might have dated one of them in the past, like
kind of low.
We don't have to talk about who, but yeah. And you guys just got it. You guys just took our girls, so.
But then as kind of like Dragon Ball Z, right? Goku would fight a guy and then he beat him, and then he would join his crew. So that was kind of like...
Mike called me and was like, we need some dancers for this UCLA thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, who's down? And who's with it? And he's like, Ben. And I was like, that was it. Actually, it was him, Mike Chung, and you saying that you guys were in it. I was like, perfect. We're going to get sound effects. We're going to get like, all kinds of stuff.
So we did our first time dancing together was it Korean Culture Night at UCLA. So then we
This is
joined
when you guys
forces.
were in high school or in college?
This is just into college,
okay.
so freshman year.
Yeah, and we both didn't go to that school. We just danced for them.
We didn't go to UCLA.
Isn't it crazy? Like such simple times back in the day where we don't really think about anything. All we think about is just dancing till like 3, 4 in the morning.
For free. No one's even paying you.
We just love doing it.
Exactly.
Or even then going out and eating out until like 4 o'clock in the morning, waking up,
eating trash.
Literally,
it was the best.
Yeah, literally.
I still eat like trash now. I lost weight, so.
You did lose some weight though, bro.
I did, and then now that I lost weight, I'm just eating like trash because I'm like, I can eat anything.
That's
I'm
how
not
it
gaining
happens.
weight.
So like you lose weight and then you eat whatever the fuck you want, and then you do it
and
again.
you go
It's
back.
just a
It's a
little
cycle.
I was watching myself for a long time. I was like, when I was big boy, so.
Are you still on your fitness game, bro? Because I
think I'm pretty religious about it, but sometimes like like I'll take breaks and stuff, but like usually I'll get into like a phase where I'm like, I was vegetarian for a little bit.
Yes,
then,
so was I.
You guys all did that. A bunch of you guys did that.
I was like for like a good 3 years, bro.
Yeah.
Vegetarian, yeah.
And what made you like go back to eating
COVID,
meat?
bro. I was just F it, dude. We're in a pandemic. I'm eating
Yeah.
fried chicken.
What was the reason for becoming vegetarian?
Okay, so I saw a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's called What the Health.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. It was very just like it was like, oh, this is very just logical. Like, yes, there is a correlation between metabolic disease and meat.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, I don't need meat anymore. You know what I mean? And so I just literally went cold turkey, but no pun intended. But I the thing is though, I didn't go vegan because I feel like that documentary kind of more skewed towards like you should be vegan. Don't even eat any animal products. But I didn't go that extreme. I still would eat eggs. I would have dairy, butter, things like that. But I didn't eat meat. With the exception of Thanksgiving, because that's my favorite holiday. I'm like, I'm going to have my Thanksgiving meal like I always do. But I was like, I don't need meat. And then, there's like, once I started to explore, like, what vegetarian restaurants, and I'm like, yo, there's like a lot. And then I found a restaurant. Shout out Sage.
Oh, yeah, Sages.
Feel free to hit us up.
They're the chicken, the
buffalo cauliflower wings.
That is buffalo, yeah.
So bomb.
I think what's cool about diets is that like you limit yourself, like the certain things that you can or cannot eat. So after you get off the diet, you've like opened up this new portal of things that you know how to eat.
True,
you can go to any restaurant, you can still be vegetarian. So like whatever kind of diet you want to jump into, it becomes easy. So it's like a self-discipline in itself. Like even if you get out of it, you can still figure out something else. Like you want to fucking venture into like another kind of eating pattern or whatever.
Right.
Why did you get out of it? Why did you stop doing it?
I mean, I was just doing it for a week. It was just like, oh, I'm just going to be a vegetarian for a week. It was like not really.
What was that like? What were you eating? Just salads?
No, I would eat salad, tofu, just vegetarian. I was still
A
healthy.
lot of fried stuff though. Like, did you eat the fried stuff? Because I know he was eating a lot of fried like stuff when you were doing a lot of the cauliflower.
Yeah.
French
I mean,
fries.
just because there's
French fries.
There's a misconception of like, oh, if you're vegetarian, you must be super. Bro, if you eat French fries every day, you're technically vegetarian, and that ain't healthy. You know what I mean? If you eat buffalo cauliflower every day, that's not healthy.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? So that's a misconception.
Yeah. I think in the end it's just like balance, right?
For sure.
Because now I'm eating meat again, but like now like I went so far to the other side of eating majority just protein, and then now it's just like, okay, I need to figure out a way to like balance everything. So now I'm eating less protein. I'm sort of eating more vegetables now.
Fiber and stuff like
that.
Wait,
what made you go vegetarian, and then what made you sort of be like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of go back?
I mean, vegetarian, it was just more of like, I'm just gonna try for fun, and I did it, and I was like, I'll just keep doing it. There was
for
no
a week,
like
though? For only a week?
I did it for 2 years.
Oh, 2 years. Oh,
so
2 years.
It wasn't even
so
for
you started with a week.
Yeah, no health, not for health, not for anything. It was just like, let me see if I can do it. I just kept doing it, and I did feel better. Like, to be honest, I didn't have any like. I lost all like aches and pains in my joints,
really,
which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just felt more light.
I did. So people. That's literally the question that people ask me. So when I went vegetarian, so I was like 3 years. They're like, so did you feel different? Did you feel better? And to be honest,
you can't tell.
I was like, I felt the same.
Yeah.
So, but what that told me was, because everyone was like, yo, man, you need, if you're, trying to gain muscle, you need protein, you need like animal protein.
Beef.
But I didn't get the animal protein, and I was still feeling the same amount of energy. Like same results in the gym. So what that told me was like, oh, I guess I don't need the meat because it's not like I'm feeling any worse. I think what I was tracking was, am I gonna feel weaker? Because that's what people are like, yo, you need animal protein, otherwise you're not gonna be able to like perform as at the peak level that you would be able to if you were eating animal protein. So I tried just eating plant-based, and I was like, yo, I feel the same. So I didn't feel any better, but I didn't feel any worse. That made me realize, I guess I just don't need meat then. You know what I mean?
So what made you go back into it?
the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like,
What was the first thing you ate, or like what was
Pioneer
it like? What was the
chicken.
effort?
Pioneer chicken, bro.
Yeah, you just
Very
a bucket
specific.
of 12
You know why
piece.
I say Pioneer chicken, bro? So like,
I need to try that because I'm all about, you know me, I love fried chicken, but I don't think I haven't tried
Oh
Pioneer.
There's
my
only
gosh.
a few of them around, so you gotta look
literally, I think there might be
for
two.
two. Yeah.
It's
There's
close
one right
by.
here, one's
Yeah.
over here.
Oh,
It's
dude,
in
I gotta
Boyle
do it.
Heights.
I mean, KFC's my jam.
Ooh,
Bro,
it's way
this
better than
smokes KFC.
I don't know, original recipe. It's like a nostalgic
it
Hold on,
feeling
time
for
out.
me.
Do you
like
like
crispy, though.
crispy fried chicken? Or is it more of
the flavor.
Like, what about original recipe KFC makes you feel like you?
I don't
you
know.
love it?
It's the 13 spices, man.
The 13
I don't know. Is it 13
spices?
spices? I forget how many there are, but like it's the spices in it.
It's 18, 28, or it's something. It's high up. Herbs and
I
spices.
mean, I like crispy chicken too. I just gotta try it. I gotta try the Pioneer. Let's do it. Let's go get some.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and guarantee you that you will love
I probably will like it.
Bell, can
Pioneer
we get a,
chicken.
Yeah,
Ben,
yeah,
better
yeah. Go
than-
get
Can
some.
we get a Postmates?
Put an order.
Damn, they're
This
closing.
is like a Korean place, right? There's a button, right?
Yeah.
I know, right? We gotta-
Oh yeah, you're right. I need to
Yeah, I'm
add
surrounded
one
by
in.
Koreans, guys.
I need to
Yeah.
add one in for my.
So there's a couple reasons. Okay, you asked me why did I go back to meat? Pandemic. I'm like, all right, we're all locked up at home. We don't know what's going on. Blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what, man? But once I drove by Pioneer Chicken without. I was like, yo, is that a Pioneer Chicken? It was on by accident. And so I was like, this can't be. I thought maybe is it like an old closed down one,
Yeah.
but it was a functioning. I was like, okay, I gotta try the chicken.
So was this a place that you used to go to a long
used to
time
go-
ago?
It was a
Literally-
chain. It was a chain.
It was literally KFC. At the time, they were just called Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
And then there was Pioneer Chicken. Those are the two
Yeah, they
main
didn't even
fried
have
chicken
the
joints.
other one, Popeyes. They didn't
So-
have Popeyes.
so-
What about Church's Chicken?
No,
Yeah,
this was
Church's-
before. I mean, I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
I can
yeah,
get fact
This
checked.
turned out around the same time.
There was not a lot of Church's Chicken around
We
here.
should just
at
talk about
least.
fried chicken this whole time.
We should.
We
might.
will.
Pioneer Chicken, if y'all want to sponsor the pod.
Sponsor
But
us, please.
but
Or any fried chicken places.
Yes, I love the fried chicken. But like I drove by and I was like, that says Pioneer Chicken. This can't be real. So I pulled into the parking lot and I'm like, yo, this thing says it's open. So I went inside. Bro, I felt like I walked into like the past. Like I walked into a time machine. It was literally the same decor, same menu from like the 80s. And this is the fried chicken joint that I grew up on. My mom would always go there, get a freaking bucket of Pioneer Chicken. The batter is that was it. It was the way that they battered the chicken. They battered it almost like fish and chips. You know how fish and chips has like the flaky, not the crumbly, like the crumbs. It's like
They're
this,
bigger pieces that peel off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, I get that.
bro.
It's like the crispy version in KFC. Like what I mean is
no,
they
but see the
like,
crispy version of KFC still it's
It
crumbly.
I see.
This is like flaky. Think fish and chips.
Yes, I haven't had Pioneer in a while, so yes.
And they also have a bomb fish and chips at Pioneer Chicken.
Oh, really?
Bro, I'm like the biggest Pioneer Chicken evangelist.
Okay, I gotta go.
You
I
know
gotta go, I'll
what?
try it.
Like it actually recently popped off on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
There are a bunch of TikToks where they're like, yo, this is the crispiest fried chicken. And so they do this ASMR thing where they like bite into it.
Man, I feel like TikTok is the best way to promote anything
It
right
really
now.
is, dude. It
Yeah,
really
it
is.
really is.
We're trying to pop off on TikTok.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
up?
do it.
We're trying to do it, but
I haven't jumped on the
Gotta get some fried
bandwagon of
chicken.
TikTok yet. I'm scared, man. I'm scared of the endless.
there's a lot of filters. It's confusing.
But you know, so check this out. So I'm not even trying to cross promote podcasts here, but I have another podcast called Good Service. We just started it like literally like 2 months ago. We have 10 episodes out, and like on our TikTok we had like 72 followers.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, cool. Let's just keep posting. Let's try to get it up. We posted one clip that went viral, dude. We have like over 900,000 views on this clip. Literally, we went from 72 followers to like 10.5K in like 2 days.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah, that was dope. I was like, that
you
pisses
mad?
me off a little
Are you
bit.
mad?
You were
but
like, what the heck,
that pisses me
See,
off. I'm
but like-
happy because this is my boy, but at the same time, I'm like, all right,
Oh.
well, if you put a little help me out on this side too, we could.
Hey,
get some
man,
stuff
it's
done.
not. Look, I'm not even I had nothing to do with that. Like, it was actually the guest that was talking about something and was talking
Can
about
you
a
do a viral clip? Can you give
me
us
some topics, man.
Make
what do I need
us
to say,
viral,
man?
dude.
Make this viral, dude.
All right. We're gonna talk about penises, okay?
This fool loves
Like,
talking.
you like
That's his
sex,
favorite
No.
topic.
I
Are you guys
debunked the
circumcised?
junk. Yes. But,
Yes.
Of
Okay.
course, but
Not
it's
by
just,
choice, but I'm.
I feel like I was circumcised incorrectly.
I did it myself.
Whoa.
Yeah. Just kidding. No.
Wow. Dude.
Hey, let's make this viral, right?
Yes.
Yes. Self circumcision.
But yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm glad that it has. So let's
Thank
see
you,
the
man.
formula and try to do it on this
Hey,
side.
we're
you know?
trying, man. You know, it's consistency. You just gotta keep posting, keep cranking. I'm telling you, bro. Like our views on TikTok, we're getting like maybe a couple of hundred at most, and then this one just like boom.
So
like,
we just need the one. We just need the one.
sometimes all you need is the one.
Okay.
Just to get.
Who
that
have you
jump
hooked
start.
up with recently? Anyone like interesting? Anyone cool? You wanna
No,
throw
not
some-
really. My girlfriend is. We're long distance, so she's in the UK.
Oh.
So yeah,
She's British?
Oh,
I'm hooking up
okay.
with my hand.
But is she
Okay.
British? She has
Yeah,
an
she's
accent.
British.
Oh, he's living the dream, man.
That's
Yeah.
what's
Not
up.
that
That's
American
what's
girls aren't the dream, but get an accent.
What about you guys, huh? Ryan,
Yeah.
you hooked up with anybody recently?
Yeah, no, I haven't. I'm married, so.
up. Wait, no? You haven't?
No, we're
Not even
married,
with your
you know?
wife?
He's married. That's why.
That's the joke, man. That's the joke.
No, but let's talk about that. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really funny.
Of course it's not. I mean, do you really want to talk about it? I mean, I can
if you want
hulk out of it. No. Of course, anyone that's married, it's like
Yeah, no, I understand.
they say it always. Like the joke is, it's like I would ask my married friend like, hey, what's going on? You guys having kids? Like, hey, you gotta have sex to have kids, right? Am I right? I all get that kind of response, and everyone kind of gives me that same,
Are you guys thinking of having kids?
Nah, we're not doing kids.
No,
We're not
no
doing
kids?
Yeah, that would take sex. to have
Adopting?
kids.
There you go. I threw you
No,
the
I'm
ball,
kidding.
and then
no,
you
we
hit
do we do it, but it's not like hey woman, come here, and it's like
Yeah.
she's the baby. The factory is closed, and it's only open certain hours of the day, and certain holidays and stuff. So gotta get it at the right time.
It's a certain holidays.
yeah, certain holidays,
Okay.
But yeah, you'll understand, or you don't get married.
Ben, how's your dating life?
It's kind of non-existent. I mean, I'm not on the apps. I was on the apps for a good minute.
Man, I've never been on the apps, so I
Really?
have no idea what that sort of is. Like, I probably had it for like maybe like
All right, stop bragging
a
here.
very-
Jeez, no,
very like a small amount of time, but I never really experienced it.
I
Never
never
went
had
on
a
a
good
date
luck
at
on
all.
that.
Like, yeah.
Interesting.
So like,
was there something about it that turned you off?
no,
to
because
it, or?
because I was never single in
Oh,
the
yeah,
pocket
yeah,
of
yeah,
time.
I get that.
when it was like hot.
Yeah,
or,
to
Right,
like
right,
so
right.
so when people talk about it, I'm always like, oh, dude, this is fascinating.
So you know what's interesting to me right now. So I'm not I'm like I said, I've been on the apps. Okay, first I was very opposed to it for once I heard that there were dating apps. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. That sounds like desperate. That sounds blah blah blah. I judged the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, bro, I'm single.
But
So-
also, it was like when that first app came out. It was like 2012
yeah,
or
well, I mean,
whatever. So nobody was.
What
into
was
it?
it? It was like eHarmony.
Yeah, nobody
and
was into it. It had a
Match.com
negative,
or something like that.
I mean, I think it helps for people that are busy and stuff, and then you need to like find
Well,
some
you know,
connection.
I think there was a lot of I just judged it. I was like, oh, those are for people who are
Hookups.
desperate, or or people who are like just trying to hook up. I'm like, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, that's like not the category of relationship that I'm looking for. But then I would talk to like a handful of people that are like, oh yeah, I met my husband on this app, or like, yeah, we're like happily married and we married for like, huh.
Actually, do you know like a good amount of people that have met like really quality partners?
Yeah,
like, through apps?
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think I would rate. I have like different rankings for
For different apps.
different apps. I'm like, oh, that's just the hookup app. Like, oh, this one's actually.
Which one's the
kinda
best
quality.
one in terms of quality? You think?
I
Coffee?
feel, and this is not an ad. It can be.
Yeah, sponsor them.
Yes, it can be. But Coffee Meets Bagel
Okay.
and Hinge.
Okay.
Those two have, as far as like the quality of person that I am actually interested to meet, meaning values align, just everything. Like from, let's just call it like, physically to just the stuff that you're interested in, and then like morals, ethics, all that stuff. I feel like when I like go on Bumble, it's literally, I'm like, yo, you're serving me like atheists and Satan worshipers. I'm like, bro, I told you what my filters are.
Oh, so we wanna corrupt you.
Yeah.
Why are you sending
Hey,
me?
Ben, opposites attract, bro.
It's a
That's
tool
what
of
No,
the devil, bro.
not with me. Not like that. Like,
What if it's a tool
I'm
of the
like, what
devil?
is this algorithm here? Like, you guys are just sending me everybody. But then with Hinge and Coffee Meets, I feel like what I set in my preferences, they actually serve me people that are like within that. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, but I say all that to say, I did that for a few years, but I haven't been on it again in like the past year. And I'm not really sure why. I'm like kind of more just like, I don't really feel the urge to. I'm kind of just kind of cruising in my lane and just kind of working on myself. But like,
I also felt you met some people a little bit more organically too, right?
and
like,
I think that, well, that,
you were
of course,
hanging
that's
out,
always
we were hanging
the preference or the, like, yeah, like I would rather meet somebody in real life.
person, right?
Yeah, like through a community that I'm like kind of
Yeah.
already in.
I think the negative thing about apps is just like the amount of options, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can just be like, all right, whatever. Like, there's
Yeah.
like, you can have so many people lined up, so you don't really make a solid connection because there's other swipes, there's other people available,
That's what
right?
sucks.
They
Also,
call it
too.
the roster. The young kids call it a roster.
You know
Like,
what?
yeah,
So,
like how are you gonna like really figure out who
Exactly.
it is?
Of
Right?
course.
Of
You don't give it at least a
you're
couple months.
literally judging based off of what you see. You haven't even had
I
a
feel
chance
like,
to.
judgments come so quick. It's like TV shows now. Like, networks don't give them enough time to develop. They
Yeah.
give them one season, and then the show doesn't even have an opportunity to build an audience. So like when you're dating, like the other person doesn't even have an opportunity to show you who they really are.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
like, this is what I look like. These are my hobbies. Blah blah blah. That's it.
Yeah. It's like an interview process. Like you gotta wow
Yeah.
them in that 20, 30
Well, so
minute, 40 minute.
here's my, and I'm not saying this is the best way or the only way, whatever. I get to my most non-negotiable stuff first. I'm like, yo, if this is like, if you're not down with this, we are not gonna.
Yeah, just deal
there's
breakers.
no chance that we're gonna work out.
That's good. That's good that you do that.
And so I like put out my faith right away. I'm like, yo, like Jesus, da 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 da. Of course, I'm not like freaking like I'm not some crazy dude, but I'm like, yo, if you're not about that life, there's no way we're gonna even go any further. And that's why I don't get a lot of action, because they're like, oh, this guy's a little too crazy about his
Have you
faith.
tried Christian Mingle?
I have, bro. It's not
Is it
any
weird?
better.
Is it like not weird? Sorry. Is it like is it
Not
like
weird. Sorry.
Wait, I don't think I did Christian Mingle. I did another one. There's like a bunch of like knockoff, or not knockoffs, but like kind of like variations of that.
some of the ads that I see about Christian Mingle got some banging ass girls on it, so
Like, I feel
they
like
might be using other
I
people's
feel
girls.
like, Ben, if you're gonna find someone, like, it would be probably through like church.
You would
Right?
think that it's easy like that, but it's
No.
not.
Let's church hop.
No.
He's not willing to. I'm trying to find
Yeah,
solutions.
instead of bar hop, like church hop. you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh.
Well, it's okay, guys. Come on.
We do a church.
Let me
church call, bro. A church
let
call.
me be clear. I don't go to church to find girls.
We know.
Hey, in
I
the
know
comments,
that.
who has
I
the
know,
best looking
girls
but
at church?
like, they're there.
I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah,
I get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So here's the weird thing about approaching somebody at church, because I am not there to find girls. That's like legit.
Yeah.
I'm there like, yo, like this is like, I'm trying to grow my faith and grow my walk with God. And I know that it's a great place to build community, but like to go to some like random person that you've never met before and just beeline to them and just be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I
you
know
know what I
that-
mean? Like,
that's-
would you like to grab some coffee
But
sometime?
you have
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
mutual friend, God.
Have you met my friend?
Yeah,
Jesus?
you my friend.
Yeah, have you know? He's like, yo, you know
I
what?
don't know, dude, that
we have
sounds kinda
we
like
have
a
a mutual
line.
friend. It's Jesus. He told me.
But see, I think there's a tact to it.
For sure. I would never
literally
get
have
girls at
only
church.
done it like a couple of times where I just approached the girl that I've never met before, and I was like, hey, look, I've seen you around at church. Would love to grab a cup of coffee with you. Like, I've only done that a couple of times, and the junk is awkward, bro.
Well, how about instead of doing obviously you're making the move at church, right? And it's obvious. She's like, why don't you just go on an actual date instead of doing the coffee thing? I think the coffee thing makes it weird.
What do you mean? Well, coffee's not a date?
Coffee meets bagel. Bro.
It is a
Coffee
coffee
meets
is a date.
bagel.
Coffee is a date, but coffee is a way I feel like is the you put your foot in like in the water, like you're not committed, just like you were saying. You're not committed because you both know
What does that
this
even
is
mean,
gonna
not
last
committed?
only 20 minutes. So when you meet for each other, right? When you go on a date, like you take her out to dinner and you meet and you're in a car ride or whatever you want to call it, and then you're on your way, you have communication. So you're actually spending at least 3 to 4 hours together versus just doing a coffee date. Once it starts kind of like there's like a lull, both of you guys might be like, one of you might, oh, you know, it looks like I gotta get it, and then you guys bounce and split
But like,
apart.
okay.
So you're not committing to the actual thing. So why not say, hey, you know, you seem really interesting. Would you like to grab a bite with me, or like go grab some dinner? Or
So you're saying that the meal date?
makes it awkward, or makes it like, yeah, you only give yourself like 20, 30 minutes.
Well, no. I'm asking you: is eating food more of an official date versus having a
Yes,
cup of
I
coffee?
think so.
That's interesting.
Or just just like kick it with them within the circle and just like get to know them and just be like, dude, let's hang out.
So that's
even have
what
to
I've
be
been
like-
learning, that not everybody, but I'm learning a lot of girls feel more comfortable in that social environment.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like let's get a
Yeah,
group
we're
of-
all doing this thing
Right.
together. Let's like come through.
yeah,
come
like
hang
we're
out.
we're gonna do this.
Yeah, sometimes when it's just like, you want to get coffee? It's like, okay, like, are we doing a business meeting or like what's
Right.
going on? Like, you know, it's hard to gauge.
There's
But
a
I
lot
think
of-
when it's like
yeah.
a group thing, like, yo, a bunch of us are going here. Like, let's all hang out. And then if you guys vibe and if she vibes with you, it'll be easier for you guys to be like, hey, let's hang out and stuff.
I got it. You're like, hey, I'm throwing a party at my house, and then don't invite anymore.
That's
way
creepy,
more
Ryan.
awkward.
Okay.
You just straight lied to her.
Just invite me and Ryan.
Yeah. And then we'll
Everyone else bailed.
Yeah, we'll be like, hey.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, girl?
Welcome for coffee.
Yeah.
Just a coffee
At
date
your
with
house?
two
Yeah,
of my
yeah.
boys. That's hella weird.
Or we could be your waiters. I'll be your waiter. I'll do the, you know.
Now,
like,
see,
hey,
that's
those are
even
my-
weirder because then that's like, look, it was
You
way
try
too
hard,
planned. Yeah.
Sometimes they like it. Maybe that's like a third date thing.
Well, see, I
Let's say
think
that.
this though too. I think if somebody's interested, they're gonna be interested. You don't have to sort of like wow and impress them.
Yeah,
True.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You can't force something. Like, if it is what it is, it is what it is. Right?
Exactly.
It's not like junior high anymore when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to, you know, do my best to impress this person or whatever.
Well, I mean,
like,
that's also
that still
so
exists.
at
but-
our age. That's the stuff that is actually probably a turn off to women. They're like, yo, you just like put on an act to, you know, get me to think of you in a certain light, but is this how you are every single day? At the end of the day, it's like, yo, how are you on a daily, like, you're not putting on your best performance. It's just how are you showing up every single day?
That's why you got to treat them like shit.
Damn.
Like, right in the beginning. I'm just kidding. Jokes.
Damn.
Jokes.
But I feel like Ryan subscribes to that somehow because that's why he can't contain himself
you
right
know
now.
what? I do believe that there is a little bit of like hazing, little joking around that is needed.
You're
Wait, say it.
you like to neg girls.
I am not.
You got a little pry, a little
No.
poke.
No, I don't like to neg girls.
You're a negger, dude.
No,
You're a negger, dude. Wait, that sounds
my God.
weird.
whoa.
That sounded weird in my head.
We can
I
cut
might
that
have
out.
to retract
We
that.
might have to cut that out. Oh my God. That's
Yes.
so-
Okay. Wait. Negging
Negging. Yeah.
is a technique or
Yeah,
a tactic.
You're a little mean to them.
Yeah, which is like, man, we might be just laying all our cards on the table here. I don't do that. I actually don't believe in it, but some people do.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
like-
isn't it the same thing as flirting?
Yeah, it is.
But yeah,
flirting,
it's kinda like-
playground flirting.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's like pulling the
Pulling
girl's
the girl's
hair.
hair. Yeah. Yeah, like throwing stuff at her face.
Right. That's
Yeah,
negging.
we're doing this. Like, hey, look good.
Right, right.
You're
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like
yeah.
making fun of it, or just
Is that how
do
you
it.
got your girl?
I did.
you
A
nag
lot of
her?
my humor is what got me. Yeah. With her.
What'd you do? Like pie her in the face?
No. I don't remember what. It's just she always thought it was funny, and you know what's crazy is she still thinks I'm funny, but she laughs and she's like, ha, fuck. Like she'll like, damn it.
She's like, I don't
But
want to.
yeah,
Oh,
she
like you
don't
got
wanna-
me.
She
I
doesn't
don't-
want
I
to
didn't-
give me
I
that
didn't wanna
pleasure
laugh
of
at
laughing because like even when her friends laugh, she was always like, don't laugh at it. You're just encouraging it.
Aw.
But yeah.
Hey, that's kind of cute, bro. That's like,
Hey,
No,
that's
no.
how you.
That's
That's
how
how
you
you do your stand-up
yeah.
material.
Oh,
You know,
we-
that's
that's
how
how
you make
you're
your stand-up
flirting
material.
with
Yeah,
your
yes.
That's good, man.
I like how you brought that up.
Yeah, you're gonna do some stand up, right? We talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We talked about it. You said you're gonna do it.
Yes.
You promised me.
Yeah, I promised you.
All right.
Whoa,
Let's go.
What are we talking about here?
Oh gosh, I didn't know that he was gonna put me on. Okay, so Mark, can we get some
Can we get
drinks
some
here?
more alcohol?
Can we get some more alcohol,
Yeah,
please?
Give it a little refill.
But yeah, like it's kind of on my bucket list. I was actually putting together like a comedy sketch or a skit, a set like during the pandemic or right after I got married.
Yep.
During that, right before the pandemic, I was doing stuff and I was like, all right, 2020, I'm gonna do some open mics and stuff like that. And then the pandemic hit and kind of just like derailed me. And after seeing, talking with Mike and PK, and then I was like, I want to try it. So like, they've been kind of encouraging me to do like, but the way that I wanted to do it versus the way that they're telling me to do it is like completely different.
What was your ideal way to do this?
So I kind of wanted to do just to do my own special and then just invite everyone I know to give me a little cushion.
Dude, that would be
Do
the best
that.
way to, yeah, that'd be best.
But-
Do whatever
but then,
makes you
like,
feel the
but-
most comfortable.
Sure, yeah. But then, like other comedians are telling me like that's just gonna give me a false sense of like.
Confidence.
Oh, because
Confidence,
like
that's-
everyone wants to support you, so
Yeah.
they're gonna
But,
want to
maybe,
laugh.
but the thing is, like, maybe build that confidence in that first thing, and then go destroy your confidence. In the next
Yeah,
one.
it's
sure.
like training wheels,
Well,
bro.
with this,
You're putting
like this,
training wheels
everything
on.
I'm doing here with that, like everything is just like kind of gotten me a lot more used to being in front of a camera or in front of a stage or whatever. So I'm getting. So they're just kind of. So I want to do that, but they're telling me to just go, like put
Jump
my name
in the deep end.
Yeah, put my name on like the thing, the list, and then do like a 2-minute set.
You know what? I actually agree with that because here's what I think. If you did the one where you invited all your homies, and then like let's just say it went well, I think you would stop after that.
Yeah, because I would charge like $100 for the tickets.
I feel like you're
Like, I
I made money.
you're trying to do this as like a one-time move, and like, yeah, that was cool. I tried it, but like I think, because every stand-up that goes for it, they all have that similar story. Like I went, I bombed. I went, I bombed. I went, I bombed, and they just kept going. But I think there's something to the bombing.
You learn from it, yeah.
Yes, because if you just get that positive reinforcement, like, oh yeah, that was cool. I invited my homies and they all laughed. Cool, I tried it. I'm done.
Yeah.
That's not the real experience.
No, for sure. And that's why I was like, that wasn't a great. That was a suggestion from a friend that gave me that suggestion. And like, I was just like, okay, well, I will. I'm gonna do the whole the whole stand open mic thing. I'm just gonna do it on my time, like my time. Mike tried to give me like a month of like, he's like, do it this month, and I was like, and then me and her got into some fights, and I was like, I don't know if I should be going doing stand up, trying to do stand up.
She doesn't want you
Pissed
to do it.
No, she does,
Oh.
but she's
in a
more,
bad mood.
just more like I'm not in a like a
Funny headspace.
funny headspace to. What are you looking at? Yeah.
This was kind of scared. I was like,
Yeah, I thought Miriam was there. I was
Right
like,
there.
She's right behind you.
She's right behind me, isn't she?
She's listening.
But yeah, I am gonna do it. I gave myself within, like I have to do my I'm not gonna say this out loud, but I have
a
say it
I
out
have a
loud,
timeline.
dude. Put it out there. Make it a thing.
Middle of 2024. By then, I'm gonna
Middle
have,
of
Okay.
2024.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We're
So
almost there.
We gotta
Shit,
fucking
why did I say
make
that?
sure.
Yeah.
'Cause I
End of
think- I
2024.
think we talked about this, and then we said like this year.
Wow.
Yes. No, we didn't say the thing. We said you better do it, and I said
Okay.
yes,
All right.
I
Okay.
will.
Okay.
There was
But now
no
we got a
time.
timeline.
Yeah.
You need a timeline.
Mid-2024.
You need a goal, bro.
All right,
I like
I'll do
that.
it.
I
I'll
like
do it.
summer-
I'll
summer
do it.
2024.
I'll do it. Yes. Okay. Look.
Look, that's fucking.
Hey,
That's,
if
yo,
you
that's a
say you're
fucking
gonna do
hard
it, this
thing.
is recorded.
Okay,
This is going to be
the
set
only
in
thing
stone.
that's hard for me is this. Going by myself. I gotta be with someone. There's parking. I gotta
What
get
do you
out.
mean why do you think you're gonna be by yourself? Your homies will show up.
No, so that's the Mike is like, you just gotta go on a random Tuesday and just put your name. Don't
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
anyone.
yeah.
that
You
you're
go by
there.
yourself
Oh,
and
I
do
see,
it,
I
yeah.
see, I see. I get that technique too. So like, there's nothing on the line.
I
for
just
you.
want
You're
one
just
person.
some-
When I'm bombing, I just
just
look
some
over.
rando.
If I see you, like,
You know what's funny? Like,
I'll be that guy.
Yeah,
dude.
you're like-
I'll be there for you, bro.
if it was me, like if I was doing it, I actually would rather do that and not have anybody I know.
Right, because there's nothing on the line
Yeah,
at that
like
point.
sometimes I like it. Like let's say if I'm on set shooting something, like I'd rather have nobody I know around me. Like if I'm doing any kind of art, I'd rather have just nobody I know.
That's interesting.
Because it just makes I don't know.
So I feel like I've been in a season of transition of like I've been doing dance like hardcore as like my professional career for the past 20 plus years, and that's been like I'm comfortable doing this. I dance professionally. That's kind of been a part of my identity, not my identity, but a part of it. I feel like this is the first year where I'm like, I think that's kind of done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to say
But
that.
That must be like really liberating though, right? Like
yes and no.
Because in order to move on to like something else, you 100%. Sort of have to be like, okay, I'm done.
Right.
You have to make that.
So it was here's the tension though. It's not that I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm cool. I'm like, oh, but like a part of me is not ready for it to be done.
What aspect? The getting paid to do it?
Teaching or performing?
That's interesting that you asked that. Like, kind of, but maybe performing at the level that I'm used to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like on the stages that I'm used to performing on, in front of the audiences I'm used to performing for. So I think I'm like now learning, like feeling and learning in real time. Like, man, this is a transition phase for me. And so here we are doing a podcast, right? I mean, I would have never thought when I was dancing on whatever stages, I would have never been like, yeah, you know what? From here, I'm going to be a podcaster someday. Like, I would have never thought that. I actually never used to talk and use my voice for anything because I'm like, who cares like what I think, right? But I'm learning that life experience, bro, that's the most valuable thing because life experience is the most relatable stuff. If you've actually lived through something and survived through something, there's something for someone else to like gain from that. Like, wait, how did you get through that? You know what I mean? And we're talking about painful moments in life, moments of struggle. We in this room, I know we have it. You know what I mean? Like I know y'all. You know what I mean? Like we've lived life enough to be like, yeah, I actually went through that. And I think there's something there that I'm learning that my imposter syndrome is like on 1,000 these days. Like, man, who cares? Well, no one cares about your story, dude. You're a dancer, man. Like, just keep dancing. But like, I'm like, no, dude. I know that the way that my life has been specifically packaged, there's a lot of colorful stuff that happened in there. Those colors are not all bright. There's a lot of dark colors in there, but that's the reality that everyone faces.
Yeah, and also like you're passionate about stories, right? You're passionate about other people's stories and other people sharing their 100%, stories. Yeah. And like you love doing this. So it doesn't matter what people think about what you're doing, right? It's just like you love it enough, and that's all that should matter to push you forward into whatever you're going to do next. Right?
And I think you found a good spot. I think you found you had your niche, now you have a new one with this podcast and with this personality speaking and doing like that, you know?
Well, speaking, like the thing that I've been most terrified, I mean, getting behind a microphone with two homies is easy. It's just three people in the room, right? Like we're just talking to each other. But getting on stage in front of hundreds of people, watching you, expecting you to like move them, that's a different thing. And I had my first opportunity earlier this year to do that. Like I gave like a speaking presentation, and I'm like, I've never done this before. Why are you asking me to do this? And for whatever reason, I'm like, this person, shout out Dave Gibbons, he's like, nah, I think you're the one. I think you have something to tell these people. So I said, all right, I'll just tell a real story. And then I did, and then apparently landed. And from there, I was like, whoa, like I didn't know that like anyone really cared about what I've experienced. So I actually have my first keynote speaking opportunity coming up this weekend. So
that's awesome.
I'm a keynote speaker for a gala for a run club. It's called Run Tech Club.
Oh yeah.
And they're a collective
featuring
of
B-Tech.
Yeah, and you know what's
B-Tech
funny
Club.
because they asked me, like, hey, would you be able to like also dance? And I'm like, wait, I've
While
danced.
you speak.
That's what I was saying. I was like, wait, what do you mean? But I'm like, I've danced before, and I've spoken before. I've never done those together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to just randomly do a dance thing and then start talking because that's so random to me. Like, I have to understand, like, is there a story here? Can I, like, make those two things relate? So once I started to kind of, like, go deeper into, like, how would I incorporate dance into a talk, I figured out, like, yo, it just takes, like, there was, which you actually were a part of, my first sort of, like, entrance into kind of like people were like, yo, there's this guy Ben Chung on Kaba Modern. It was Drop It Like It's Hot when I did that.
Yeah, dude. That
Were
was,
you
I won the
No.
award for
Oh,
like iconic ISO popping
dude,
piece thing.
That shit was game changer.
Yeah.
Bro, that was
The whole
19
community.
years ago,
So
dude.
we were
Yeah.
watching
Yeah,
it at UCLA with our dance team, and these were all like little scrubs. And
I mean,
they
that's
were
the
wa-
piece
we
that
were-
made
we-
us win for sure.
We literally wa-
Yeah,
we
we
watching
won
that
Vibe
piece
that year.
over. Yeah,
Vibe
Yeah.
10. You know, Vibe, this is 2000 freaking, what year was that?
Four or
4
five?
5.
Yeah.
4 5.
Actually, I don't know. 4 or
It was
5.
2004 because I actually wasn't on Kaba 2005.
Yeah.
So it's like 19 years, you know, and like, you know, we're at the tail end of 2013. So we're like approaching 20 years, you know what I mean, from when that was. And I'm like, man, that was the first thing that I did to set off a chain of events, because even like guys in Jabberwockies like, yo, dude, you're the guy who choreographed Drop It Like It's Hot. I'm like, bro, y'all are Jabberwockies. Like, how do you know me? But like, I think that's what I'm learning, and not to be all like inspirational over here, but sometimes all you need is that one thing to just like set things off. Just try that. I know it's scary. I know you don't know what's going to happen after. You don't need to know what happens after. Just do that one thing.
It's just, I mean, Nike got it correct, right? Sponsor
Just
them. Just
do
it.
it.
Just motherfucking do it. It literally is that. Most people don't.
Yeah.
get
and we
anywhere.
already designed our label, so
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let's change it.
No, but Nike owns
Nike owns it.
Converse.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay, okay.
Don't
yeah,
sue
yeah,
us,
yeah,
please.
yeah,
Don't
so
sue
perfect,
us.
perfect.
No,
Don't
what I
sue us.
heard is that because we're in a different field,
Oh, okay.
that this is okay.
We love
Because-
Converse,
yeah.
Nike. We love Converse.
Yes. Look at us, so
Love
like
And we love Asians.
Asians.
But no, for real though, like, I think that's the thing. Like, I didn't know that one piece of choreography would have set off a chain of events that, like, let's just start there. And there's even more before that, but let's start there to, like, now I'm delivering a keynote speech in front of a bunch of tech people. And I'm talking about, like, my journey as a dancer. But I think the message here is that anybody who has ever had an idea, you know, that entrepreneurial mindset of like, yo, I have this idea. I think this could actually impact the world in some way. Just be bold enough to just knock that over. Just as you're talking about doing a stand-up set, just go to an open mic. Bro, you have no idea what that one open mic that you actually do can do for your entire life.
I know, you're right. No, for sure. I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I didn't know. When they asked me to choreograph, I was like, yo, this is Kaba Modern, dude. You guys have a history of excellence. You guys, like, win competitions. I'm like, what if I put out a piece and it sucks? But I was just like, F it, dude. I love this song. This song's sick. I want to move to it.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, let's put it in the set. And then we freaking won Vibe that year.
Yeah, you ruined it for everybody, by the way.
I-
Nobody could use that song because it was always, everything was always compared to that piece. And it was just like, are you trying to bite Ben? I'm like, I know Ben.
So you,
I know him, goddammit.
Well, I actually did.
You did
I
a Drop It
actually-
Like It's Hot?
No.
I want to see
I
your
did a
version.
homage to you that it was the beginning, the boom, 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 whoop, and then it went to Roscoe P. Cool Chain.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I did. But it was during that time, and it was actually an homage to you. I did that for you.
Where's that video? We got to insert that
I,
somehow.
Watch it.
I'll
Play it
find
right
it. Yeah, I'll find
I want to
it.
see
You guys
that
do
piece.
inserts in your podcast?
We will.
We need to start. Yeah, we need to
we
start.
will.
I mean, honestly, like, I thought it'd be cool if we put like a TV up here so we can actually watch stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be dope. You guys should do that.
When we have it here, but usually Mark's here.
Yeah,
but
we
he's
got to up our
working.
production game. We're
Yeah,
still
yeah,
grassroots over here.
Oh, good.
Grassroots.
I like it. I like this indie feel.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're very indie over here.
But that's why we have cool guests like you to come on and help us.
Well, okay. So let's get back to. I mean, speaking of Kaba Modern and our roots from dance. So you were at UCI. You were a drama major?
Yeah, I was a
Theater.
theater major.
Theater major.
Drama major, yeah.
And so I remember during those times I'm like, yo, why isn't Lawerence at rehearsal right now? And then you were like, oh, I had like rehearsal for something
Yeah,
else.
I didn't know that Kaba was such a serious thing.
Yeah.
Because all I wanted to do was just dance. I thought it was fun. I was just auditioning for whatever dance team was available. So I auditioned for CADC too. Like,
Oh shoot.
yeah, in the beginning I didn't get in. I was like, all right, whatever. What's the
So
next
you didn't
team?
make it to CADC,
Was
but
that
you
a
made it to
Irvine's
Kaba.
team too?
Yeah, CADC and Kaba Modern.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, so I just
Oh,
did
wow.
whatever auditions came because I just wanted to be on a dance team. I didn't really think about it like so seriously. And so I got on a Kaba but then I was doing like theater shows at UCI, so I was like, okay, well,
Which one's
I can't
more
go to
important?
practice. I have to go to rehearsal.
That was your priority.
Yeah, but I just thought it's my school.
Right.
I have to.
Yeah,
You know?
because
Yeah.
that was your
This is
your
my
major,
yeah.
Right,
and this
right.
is
like,
just extracurricular.
I'm doing productions, yeah. So I
Yeah.
tell people, I'm like, okay, I can't make it, and people were just like
They got
giving
on
me
you,
shade
right?
a little bit, and then I was like, wait, what? I don't get it, and then I started feeling like, oh man, this is stressful. I didn't like going to practice in the beginning because like you guys were all like super tight, and I was never there. I missed our newbie performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came afterwards. I was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Like, but
And
then
we were hella
like,
judging. You're like,
yeah,
this fool
everyone
ain't
was
down,
like,
dude. He
"Yeah."
ain't down.
like, because I
Oh,
feel like
we-
they said that no one's ever missed the newbie. performance.
Right.
But
I mean, I didn't even know this either, but I was.
didn't know, yeah.
I'm trying to learn the culture. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess.
yeah, but then
this
I
is frowned
understood the
upon.
culture later.
Yeah.
Once like we started hanging out, partying, and then I was
Right.
like, okay, you know what?
I get
This
it,
is a family. I love these guys, and I also do love dancing.
Right.
And I got really passionate about it. And then
You know what I would say this though, bro, and I mean this in all love. When I first got on the team, because I was all about dance at that time, I was like,
Yeah.
bro, I just saw you got served, bro. I'm just like ready to be in that world. I'm like, I am of this world. I'm like, I want to be in it. So anybody who wasn't on that that level of like I am a dancer, I was just like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And so I remember when we made the team together on our newbie year, and bro, I'm not like this anymore. But I would look at our newbie, I was like, man, you ain't about this life.
Look, you know what? Like
You ain't
for
know-
me,
you still got that vibe though.
I did, but like, so when I saw Lawerence, I was like, man,
What's
you
he
ain't about
doing,
this
man?
life, bro? You're not really trying to dance.
you know what's funny too? Like, I'll be honest too. Like, I made the team, right? And I was like, word of mouth is that this is the best team.
Right.
And so now I'm dancing with everybody, all these newbies. I'm not a good dancer. I am terrible. But also I'm like, y'all aren't that good either. Like, and everyone's thinking that they're all badass like dancers. Like, obviously there were some good ones,
Yeah.
but the majority of the team at that time, for me in my head, I was like, yo, we're not good. And then people were expecting to win competitions. Like that first competition that Kaba didn't get first, and
Right.
everyone's like crying and bummed out. In my head, I was like, duh.
We're not good. What do you?
We're not good. I suck. But I feel like I can recognize art.
Wait.
Right.
When
I
you
can
say you're not
recognize-
good, but how did you get on the ABDC? Like,
Oh,
like,
okay. So let me jump in real quick. Lawerence, and I didn't start talking about this just to put him down. I started talking about this because this dude was probably the most improved dancer from our year, like in that whole run, in that whole season, because I was like, dude, I would look at Lawerence, I'm like, yeah, this guy's not good. How did he get on the team? And then he got good.
Yeah.
And he got hella good. And he choreographed. I was like, bro, you choreographed this piece? I remember it was Vans. And I was like, Lawerence, I didn't know you even had this kind of control. I didn't even know you were this clean. And then you did another one. Was it an Usher piece? I forget. Or was it Omarion?
piece.
Omarion. It was O.
Yeah. No.
Wasn't it
I
O?
don't even remember.
It was
song.
O, bro.
Icebox or something, or
No, it wasn't Ice
I'm
Box.
trying to act like I don't wanna be with you. What's that song? I forget.
I forget.
It's not O though. It's not O.
Okay, fudge.
But it was a
Anyway.
Maureen song, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you did something different in this time. Like, and it wasn't that like a long time. I was like, bro, you actually took dance seriously.
I think art, right? It's not about like whether or not you're good or not. I think it's about taste. Like if
Yeah.
you understand what is good, and you know what's good, you can get there. You can put yourself through whatever
Right.
it needs to get to that place. It's not about like I can do this really well like this. Because if you keep going in that path, you're not going to get good. You're going to be very technical, but you're not going to be a. If you take classes all the time, you're just going to learn how to dance like other people.
Yeah.
But if you already know any kind of
Yeah.
art, writing, whatever, directing, no one really goes and takes classes and try. They don't try to fucking be good at it. It's like you just go and do it,
Yeah.
right? If you
Well,
know what's
that's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
You
a
know
bunch
what
of
I mean?
emails I get from stand-up, like, learn how to be a stand-up. And I'm just like, $1,000, F that. I could just go up there
just go and do it.
for free, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Well, I think that's a really there's a lot of wisdom in that, especially because nobody wants to be a carbon copy of somebody else. We all want to be original, right? That's like the goal.
I think that's a trick, right? Because everybody is original already, but we sort of like don't believe it in ourselves. We think we have to be this certain thing, right? But we all already have it. We've already like had our like life lessons, and we've developed our art. We've seen art our whole life. You
Right,
know, like
right.
it's gonna come out. And the best way for it to come out is like through yourself without any other influences.
You know what I love about what you're talking about? It's great to have inspirations, like I look up to this person, I look up to that person. It's great to have that because I think what that does or what it unlocks is it gives you hope. It's like, wow, if that person can do that, maybe I have a chance.
But sometimes, like when people see the inspiration, they see the movement. That movement inspires me.
Right, and like I want to copy that.
Yeah, but
that's what made it go viral or whatever.
The inspiration has to be from like, okay, what is the base note of how he created that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like that should inspire you, not the movement, but like where did the art come from and how did he
that's
get
deep,
there?
though.
You know, but like I love that because now we're getting even into things like biting and copying because you can see like, oh wow, that person did that type of move and there are this many views from that. So if I just copy that movement,
that's what all the other Asian countries are doing with K-pop. They're all trying to create K-pop.
and
Like,
they can't
they can't
because it's authentically something that just comes
but
from
it's
that culture.
But what you're saying is true. It's not Chinese pop or like Japanese. It's K-pop being sung in Chinese or Japanese.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why it doesn't work, or it's not as. It doesn't pop off as much, in my opinion.
Yeah,
so yeah,
you can always tell when art is like raw, right? Or you can tell when it's just like you see like dancers, right? Obviously they're very good, and they can do what other people do. But you watch it and it's just like, okay, well there's just like something missing. What is it? What is the thing that like? What is it like? You can't really like put it into words, but
you can't. But you feel it.
you feel it. You just know. You're like, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think that's what it is. That's that X factor. It's the honesty. It's the like, yo, that there's something about the way that you did that or you said that or you performed that, like that is like that's just authentically unique.
Yeah, authentically them. Like you see actors, right? You can be like, oh, they're good, but they're just saying the lines, and they know how to say the lines naturally. That's good.
Right.
But you see some actors where it's like, oh, that was interesting.
Yeah.
And why is it interesting? It's because they bring a part of who they are into like those beliefs about the characters.
Right.
You know, and so dancers do that too. You know, they bring out what they've experienced into their movement. But some people don't do that, and it's just a copy of other people, and you can tell. And you're just like, all right. The thing is though, like the masses of audience members can't tell.
Right.
You know, because you can drink shitty wine, right, and be like, this is good, but only the people that have a good palate can be like, oh, this is okay.
Yeah.
This other wine tastes better. But actually, the majority of people don't even actually know.
Palate, yeah.
So,
Dude, I have a whack wine palate, dude. I could
I have a whack wine palate too.
$5 wine to $100 wine. It tastes the same to me.
Me too.
I have a my wine palate is if I throw up from it,
That was good wine.
that was bad wine.
Oh, okay.
That's how you tell.
Because I for some reason I think I'm allergic, but with better, really high quality wine, I don't get the same
How
feeling.
much of it are you drinking though?
Literally like 3-4 sips, not even a glass. So if you go out, me and Vero, and we go somewhere that there's like, oh, you have to have it with wine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll literally like steak and I'll have a few sips and I'll pour the rest into Vero's cup because I get sick from it.
Wow.
I'll start getting really red and then my breathing will get really short and then I think I'm allergic to something that's in the wine. But nice, like really high quality
You
wine.
won't throw up.
I don't even get any of that. I don't get any of the flush. I don't get any of that.
Wow, I'm gonna use it as my wine thermometer.
Yeah, we'll have him drink it first. Well,
Yeah, just try this. Try
And
it.
then we got an EpiPen.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, maybe you're actually just allergic to it.
I think I'm like legit allergic to it.
No, I feel like that. I get like that too. Like sometimes specific alcohol.
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, I feel a little bit like
yeah,
hard to breathe.
Yeah. That's a lot of it is not tequila. Vodka does that to me. Makes me.
I wish I had alcohol allergies.
Just so you'd stop.
Yes, that would just make.
No, it doesn't stop people. I feel like I'm
Really?
allergic and.
But I feel like you don't really drink as much. I mean, also
Yeah,
you know,
I don't really drink that heavily.
Are you a drinker? If you go out to dinner with a friend, you have one drink like that?
Sometimes I won't even, but I think when I go out and when I hang out and party,
right?
then like I go in.
I don't do one because I'm like, what's
drink.
the point?
Yeah, if I'm drinking, then I'm drinking. Like tonight. Well,
we're drinking.
Well, here we are.
Too bad I have to drink. You know?
Here we are. Yeah.
We don't go too. We used to go harder. Like we used to have these longer cups, and at the end of the episodes, me and Ben would be like,
We've had an episode where I was like, yeah, I'm done drinking, guys. But I'm like, you know what? Here I am still.
Well, you know what? You did reduce it.
I did.
You did reduce it a lot,
and
even when you come over, you'll have
like
two.
Drinking less too, right?
I have been drinking less.
No, even when you come over, you'll do like two, and then you'll bounce and go watch a movie or something. And it's like, what the.
Yeah,
like,
so I think the point is like let's reduce the intake. Yeah, so that's been good. But I think that's like, you know, as we're now getting older, man, we're in. Oh wait, how old are you right now?
38.
30. Oh, okay, you're not quite in the 40 club yet, but
40 club.
Yeah, I mean, we in there, bro. We in there.
How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling physically?
You know what though?
40s,
I'm
right?
actually, because I am 42 now. I've set some pretty like, not like audacious, but like I'm like, yo, I want to like challenge myself. I did a half marathon in 2021, and you know what? I'm actually inspired by you because you did the full LA marathon a few years ago. It was like
2 years ago.
I remember I met
2016.
you. Oh damn, that was a long time ago. That was 2016.
2017.
I feel like I thought it was after pandemic.
No,
I know it was close. Oh, I thought it was closer to pandemic, but I remember I met you in Santa Monica. So I'm doing the full Long Beach marathon.
When are you doing it?
In October. It's in like a month. Yeah.
Have you been training?
I've been training. Yeah, I did like 7.3 miles or something today. So I've been going in.
That training is it's a bitch.
Yeah, it is.
But you got to do it.
And so I've been doing it. I'm like about a month and a half into my training. And
so it's what, September now?
Yeah, so October 15th. So I don't know when this episode is going to air, but I'm doing it as a challenge for myself because I feel like I'm paralleling it with my life stage. I'm like, yo, I'm in a transitional phase career-wise. I'm like now well into getting into my 40s, so I'm like, yo, dude, like all your decisions now will determine the quality of your life. You know, when you're in your 20s, you can make some stupid decisions and you don't really see a lot of the repercussions. You're like, you bounce back fast.
And the thing is, though, like, you need to make those decisions in your 20s. You have to, like, fail. You have to fuck up.
Right.
You got to do those things.
I actually, when I hit 30, I told myself, because I was like 195, 190 averaging. I told myself, when I go into my 40s, I'm going to look better than I did.
That's what I'm saying.
Coming into my 30s.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I did. I lost now I'm like at a 175, 173 on average.
Now you look like an Italian mafia member.
No, I look like that one, the Zoltan soccer guy. Zoltan,
he looks like the dude from freaking John Wick,
I like this look,
bad guy.
I like this long haired look, though.
Yeah,
I do.
I get mixed reviews from people. So some
How
people,
do you feel about it? You like it?
I like it. Only thing I don't like is that now hair is in my face all the time. Like when I'm sleeping, like I'm literally slapping my hair away. Like it's freaking annoying, especially on the hot nights.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? I give respect to women because, man, like just to have that all the time, I'm hotter. Most times I'm sweating. Like it's like, but the white women at my store love it. You know what I mean? So I keep doing it for them.
For the white women.
No. But it's funny because my white friends, not white friends, my American friends, right? Like,
what does that even mean, bro?
Yeah,
You're American. We're
Fine.
American,
I'm trying to be
bro.
PC. Okay, so my non-Asian
You mean
friends.
Caucasian
Caucasian
friends?
Just non-Asian friends. Non-Asian friends.
Okay.
Converse
Non-Asian,
Caucasian.
They
There
all
you go.
love, and that's they all love the hair. Everyone else is like, every time they see it, they're like, yeah, that's cool. My guy friends are like, that's cool, but like it's more like the girls that are like, when are you gonna cut it? When are you gonna cut it? When are you gonna cut it? So I told them,
It
Hey,
works, bro.
I like
At first,
it.
I didn't like it, but I'm like, oh, it works.
I like
now.
it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
all right, cool.
You got like
Yeah,
samurai vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got
yeah.
samurai.
Samurayan.
Samurai.
Samurai boogie.
Yeah, too bad I can't.
Samurai
I'll be Zorro.
guy always
Oh,
die.
I've been watching One Piece.
Oh
I've
yeah.
been watching
the
anime.
the anime or
Yeah.
the live action?
Well, I watched a couple of episodes of the anime, but I watched the live action, and then it made me want to watch the.
I gotta get into it. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
I have FOMO now, so I gotta watch this.
You're gonna have to do Luffy for Halloween.
What's Luffy?
He's the main guy.
I don't know.
He's like he has a hat and then he has a.
Oh, sick.
He's Brazilian, so he's a little bit darker. Oh, perfect for you.
All right. I don't know what that means.
I
but
never
I'll
got
watch
into
it.
anime.
I feel like you, of all people, I'm
Really?
like, very
Yeah, it's
surprised.
That's like a
that-
Kinja criteria.
I
It's
know.
like-
It's not
I know.
really.
So I feel
but-
good
It
then.
sort of is.
It
Like,
sorta
That's how it
is.
started, but it's
everybody-
not a requirement.
But I mean, everybody knows it. So when I don't know if you've been in a situation where everyone's like referencing,
I've
like,
been
and
that-
I'm just
in that
sitting there like,
situation
ah,
all the
yeah,
time.
yeah, like,
But it's okay.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
think that's just become my identity, and I've just like grown into like, well, I just don't watch it.
yeah.
I tried though.
and what, it just didn't
I don't know.
appeal?
Maybe I just need to do more episodes.
What is it? What is it about anime that's hard to watch?
I don't know what it is. Like I've never been into cartoons.
Really? Not
Whoa,
even
not
when
even
you're
as a
younger.
kid.
I like Bobby's World.
Bobby was a little
It was like
tight.
the,
Bobby's
one of the
adult.
most like adult cartoons.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I never really like
What
watch
did you
cartoons
watch
that
as
much.
growing up? What did you watch? Like, what kind was your favorite show?
Like black and white shows. Like I didn't have cable or growing
So
up too.
you're
So I
watching
had
I
didn't
Love
have-
Lucy.
Like,
Yeah, I like
Oh,
I Love
okay.
Lucy. I didn't have Nickelodeon. I like
But they had like
like
TGIF
yeah,
and
Gilligan's
stuff, and, like-
Island.
Gilligan, yeah, that was dope.
yeah, but they still have, like TGIF, like Family Matters, and like
Yeah, but
Full
that's
House.
not cartoons.
No, I mean like TV shows.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what
yeah,
did you
yeah.
watch other than-
I watched like Family Matters.
Oh,
like
okay. So that was
Fresh
your-
Prince. Like that was.
So what'd you
like,
do
what
on
I watched.
Saturday morning?
I
Soul Train?
didn't-
You
I don't know what I
waiting for Soul
did.
Train?
I actually don't know what did I do.
When you were a
Strong.
kid, did you have like what did you think you were gonna pursue professionally as a kid?
Oh, yeah, that was a
I
good
think
question.
for me it was just I just felt that I wanted to do what my parents wanted me to do. You know,
Which is what?
I
Doctor.
mean, typical doctor thing.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I always told everybody, yeah, I want to be a doctor. I'm gonna be
Okay,
a
so
doctor.
then when
as a kid, I was
you
a
were
doctor.
a theater major, your parents were like, "Yeah, do it," or they're like, "What are you doing? Like that's not the right."
Oh yeah, they were
focus?
like, they were upset. They like my mom, like we were driving to college, we were driving to check out the campus, and she was like crying.
Crying.
Yeah, she's just crying.
Because you're like, I'm gonna
She
be.
knew-
Because
yeah,
you're like,
she
I'm
knew
gonna
I
be
was
a theater
go,
major.
Like,
Like-
I'm gonna. She's like, what are you doing?
Okay, so did they
journey
say
to-
something to like when you were on actually television or you got on where they were
Yeah,
like,
what was the moment
Yeah.
where they actually were down with you doing this?
Even after like the dance show, like because that's not really acting, just
Yeah.
like dancing and stuff. It's gonna be like a very limited amount of my life
Sure.
or time making money, right? So my
So
mom
even
was always...
ABDC time, you were like,
No, they
I
like.
am not doing dancing. I am gonna go into act. Even as
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
No,
You
I
already
was
knew.
never. I was never like. I think we talked about this.
that, hey, we did.
Yeah,
we
know
did
that.
talk about
ABDC
this.
time,
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah.
not really necessarily happy.
Yeah, because you said
because-
you wish you were more present for those times.
Yeah,
in
yeah. I
hindsight.
wish I was
Okay.
more present.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
okay.
going back in time, I would have been like, yeah, this is dope.
Mhm.
But in my head, I was like, man, this is just gonna push me back from what I need to do.
what was the gig then? What was the gig that made your parents kind of go on board, get on board or with the moment?
Man, maybe like, cause I did a bunch of like small spots on TV, but they're so temporary too. I think maybe Woo Assassins,
Oh,
just like my first
Yeah.
series.
Yeah,
Oh, sick.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
kind of
You're
like
elite.
more recently then. In
Yeah,
the past few
yeah,
years.
because it makes it more like it's just it makes it more solidified. But also my mom, she's always like trying to make sure that I'm doing this because I actually really love it. She just she'll she asks me if I'm happy, stuff like that. But once she her and my uncle, they came on set. and they saw like they were in Vancouver, and then they watched the scenes and stuff, and I feel like that moment was when she's like, oh yeah, my son's an actor, this is what he does. I think in the beginning, like, I mean, a lot of people look at the occupation and then they're just like, man, it's like it's an occupation that they put on a pedestal, right? So hard to achieve. Yeah. But you also have to think like being a doctor or a lawyer is just harder, as fucking hard.
It's just safer.
I could never do safer. That. Yeah, like it's so tough. Like so, like people that do that, like mad respect. Any kind of career that you're trying to get to at a high level takes so much effort. Yeah, and like like strong will. Yeah. And so whatever you want to do, you can do it. If you really want to do it, you just got to do it. Like what we said in the beginning of the podcast.
For sure.
No, like
a little callback to that for sure.
You definitely did a lot of cool shows too, though. A lot of cool things. Like you were one of the governor's like henchmen, and that was probably to me. I stopped watching after a certain point for Walking Dead, but that was the season, man. Oh, that was the scary, like I was like on the edge of my seat, and didn't the Michonne, she was the one that kills you, right? Like,
damn it. Yeah. It's so funny.
That's
like,
awesome though.
When you're in the beginning of the career, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this thing, and then when you look back on it, it's like, man, that was such a small little tiny minute thing in my career, but it was just like obviously like the dots connect, huge, right?
Yeah, bro.
It was huge for the time.
Yeah.
But like, but even for me, I had so many expectations for that role. But that's how it is in this field, right? You always go in like, oh my gosh, this is gonna change my life. After I book a series, I'm gonna be so happy. But that doesn't necessarily happen, Like you'll be on set, you'll work, and then you'll have days where you're like, man, I'm sad today. And then you analyze it and you think about it like, wait a minute. In my head, I had the expectation that I'd be happy after I achieve this certain thing. Right. So then that's when you realize that happiness doesn't necessarily come from your success, whatever. Yes. Like, has nothing to do with that. It's like the journey, right? Your guys' journey developing this podcast should be the highlight of it. It's not reaching whatever goal you guys are trying to reach. It's just developing this, like doing this, talking to your homies.
Man, good job, man. You've been doing a good job, bro. Just want to shake your hand.
And you've been doing a good job on Good Shirt.
I'm trying, man. No, dude.
But no, hey, we'll get it up there.
That's such.
Oh wait, can I also finish? I didn't know you during that time, but I knew of you. And when I saw you in that role, I was so proud. Just for that, Asian movement. I was like,
boys on Walking Dead.
Like seeing you like dance, like being a part of Kavamana. And I knew because like I was friends with Mike and Ben, and I would see through like pictures. And then I saw you, and I was like, dude, that's dope. I didn't even know you, but I was like so stoked that an Asian who's working, like trying to be on something, is actually on something. You know what I mean? So that's what that's my experience from watching that first thing of like, and before meeting you. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you that. I don't think I've ever told you that before.
Thanks,
so,
bro.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Legit, like seeing you in that, on that platform in that role, I was so proud, and that was actually still at a time where Asians were still trying to like just get our foot in the door, and it's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine, literally yesterday. And he's just like, bro, I don't know what it is, but like Asians are popping right now. And I don't know what that is. Call it like, we had a whole thing from like BLM to Asian hate to like, representation and things like that, where there's a lot of conversation about that, like the importance of it. Not to be like, yo, let's just like ride this hype. But I think the narrative and the intention behind what's being said is actually true. It's like if you've only seen a certain people group represented in a certain light, how is the world going to think anything different from that? And I think we are now entering that phase of like, yo, okay, like from let's go like Crazy Rich Asians to like Shang-Chi to Wu Assassins to The Warrior and like so many other like great pieces of work that are being put out that are not just like, I don't want to say humanizing as if we weren't, but it's like putting us on an equal playing field of like, yo, dude.
Yeah. No, but it is humanizing.
Yeah, right.
It is. Like,
exactly.
People have their fucking stereotypical ideas of how Asian people are. Just
Right.
is what it is.
Right.
But you know, I also feel like it's on the same level of how like we treat our like black athletes, right?
Right,
We respect
right.
them as athletes. We revere them, but not as the people. You know,
Right,
like I
right,
feel like
right.
Asians are kind of getting in that. We're getting into that realm where we're being respected as entertainers and to watch, yeah, but not as individuals. Like still as a race, we have a lot of work to do, kind of thing.
We do.
But
We're
we're there.
still
We're
in the
actually
beginning.
now getting closer to that because.
But one of
weren't
the
even
first
there.
things, though, I feel like that put us semi on the map was like, oh, Asians can dance.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yo,
Legit.
that was literally-
And
Oh,
we
yeah.
were there,
Yeah,
bro.
Rocky,
We were there in the beginning. It's so
Season
crazy.
1.
Like even like
The
going
two-
to, like,
the two
I had no
winners.
idea either because I'm going to UC Irvine and seeing all the dancers like in college and being like, whoa, what the heck? Like there's so many Asian people.
Bro,
that
you
can
guys,
dance.
your teams literally up the applications for UCI for sure. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just
Oh,
to go
yeah.
for a
I'm
dance.
sure.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
What's funny is I had no idea. I
But
didn't even
you know what's
like,
funny about that though is that that's been the case for years.
y'all need to
Like,
get paid.
Asians have been putting it down in dance.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in the hip hop scene, in the DJing scene, in the
Breakers, yeah.
b-boying scene, like all
In
that.
Korea.
Like Korea, you know what I mean? Like Asians have been a part of it, but I think the important
conversations.
yes, Conversations, the hottest podcast in the
Hottest.
world right now.
Let's go.
But like, I think the important thing to versus just like being like, "Yo, we're the best," or we've been slept on. It's like it's not necessarily like trying to prove our worth or our value. It's just we were talking about humanizing as people who have been here doing what we've been doing and pursuing these artistic ventures or professional ventures in different kinds. That representation piece is actually so important because if people don't see it, people aren't talking about it, they don't hear about it, they just don't know. So all they are exposed to is like, well, I saw this movie and there was this person who looked like this and their character was something that fit this avatar. I'm just gonna assume every time I see somebody who looks and sounds like that they are that avatar.
Yeah.
And I think that's the stuff where it gets dangerous and problematic. And I think that's where we are now progressing from that, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this show, like the stuff that we talk about, yes, there are some spicy topics.
Yes.
There's some hot takes. But that's what we're here for.
spicier. Man, we need it spicier.
This guy loves a
We need
specific
it.
type of
We need
spice.
Let's get it spicy.
Yeah, we need. Yeah. Yes. yes.
Yes.
We need 10,500 of spice.
10,005. Wow, that's a very specific number. I feel like that's coming
That's
from
your
a very
followers on good
real
service.
face. But that's all that said. We could talk about that offline. Bro, Lawerence, man, as a crewmate, as a brother, but also like, man, as a friend that I've been a part of your life, even from like close proximity to like distance and close. And I've always just been so proud and so inspired because it's like, I feel like the moves that you make are risky, yet I'm just like, I believe in them though. You know what I mean? There's never been a time I'm like, ooh, why are you doing that, dude? Like, I don't know about that. I've always been like, yeah, bro, let's go. You know, and
I
then
mean, it makes your life so much more fun, right?
yes,
We only got one life, so
yes,
like, might as well take those risks. Cause I mean, it's like if you believe in yourself, it's not necessarily a risk, right? It's better than gambling. It's like you're not really stakes aren't really that high if you're just like, yo, I can do this.
You know?
Just go and do it.
And you're good too. So that's
you're
the thing.
great,
You're
man.
a great actor. So.
I say this, and I'm like, yo, dude, you're my favorite Asian actor, man. I still say that, and I mean it. I mean it. And sure, of course, I have this like, you know, I want to root for my
Bias.
friend. Yeah, there might be some bias. There might be some bias, but I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there might be some bias because I want to see you win. But then when I see you do what you do, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like,
Thanks,
I
man.
love it, and I see you take risks. I see you step into places that you are uncomfortable. I love that you're transparent and vulnerable in those moments where you're like, yo, man, like we are in a actor's strike right now. There's just a lot of opposition, you know, in your industry right now. And even just before we started rolling, we were talking about like, yo, man, things are, difficult, but like I'm no stranger to this. Like this is the space that I've lived in. And so I actually would love to even highlight that, because I think when people, follow their social media, like, oh, I love this person and or whatever, like I love their work, they think that everything that they do is golden. Everything every day is they make golden moves every day. Like stuff pops off every single day, but that's just not the truth, right?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Like, I mean, social media is just like we all know, it's just a highlight reel.
It's the highlight reel. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you keep feeding yourself those things too, it's like it's gonna hurt your psyche too, you know.
100%.
Yeah, it's like we got to go back to we got to go back to like junior high times. You know, like when you're just like choreographing with your friends, just doing art because you want to do it. Like you're not looking at like what art is popping off right now. You sort of do what feels right for you. You know, and then that's what made our generation of dancers, I feel like, fucking amazing, because they had nothing to look at. Right. It was just literally like videos that you would download of like people dancing, people like freestyling and stuff. Like, oh fuck yeah, but you know, like it took fucking forever to download and everything. But like people just like made their art from within. Right. And I think that's probably what's missing a little bit now.
It's saturated, oversaturated. Right. I feel like with TikTok and the TikToks and the Instagrams.
Yeah, that's why I say, you know, I feel like it's good to take breaks. Take a little break.
It is, yeah.
Do it for your your business.
Do what you need for yourself.
Yeah, but take breaks is good.
Well, I mean, which is great about this show. We don't have any agenda. We're not trying to like get to a place, but like what is going on in your space these days? Like in your headspace, what are you focused on? What are you wrestling with? Like what's going on?
I think like at this point in my life, I'm sort of enjoying this downtime. Yeah, the strike sucks. There's like no opportunity for work, like less auditions. But at the same time, it's just sort of making me feel more present, grounded in my life, and just being like, oh, okay, I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna enjoy my life in this moment. You know, I don't have to like, I don't like. Usually when you travel and you're an actor, if you get like auditions and stuff, it makes travel less fun.
Because you're anxious, like, yo, I gotta get back to this audition.
Or like if you get like a self-tape,
yeah.
You're not on vacation anymore. You're the character,
right?
You're like traveling, seeing places, but at the same time you're thinking about this character, and then you know it like ruins everything. So now it's been nice to just not think about anything,
detach yourself.
Yeah. So it's sort of been like a nice breather. So just venturing into this.
What are you
chapter.
looking forward to most right now in this season?
I'm still taking classes and stuff, so just going to classes, trying to elevate my craft. I think I never want to be lazy in my like reps, right? You know, so just doing that, just trying to get better, because it's like there's an unlimited well of art within myself and within everybody, and so it's just how do we tap into that, how do we like dig deeper, just continuing to do that, and then hopefully it will sprout some fruit for me down the line.
Is there anything new kind of that's been like inspiring you or piquing your interest? Is dance still kind of in there somewhere? Is it writing?
I see you freestyle a little bit here and there.
I mean, I will always love dance. Dance has always been a thing that's like, it's been a part of my life. I sort of shunned it a little bit in the beginning, but then now I'm like, I still love it. Like if I feel like doing it, I'll do it. But I think at this point, it's like, I'm writing a little bit, trying to like get ideas out, story ideas and stuff, like trying to tell stories. But I think like, my main passion is to be like an instrument to help storytelling, as an actor, So I'm just trying to sharpen those tools, but also write at the same time.
Yeah.
I
love it.
Can you write us into whatever?
Yeah.
I'll do the waiter. I'll do waiter number
Asian
2.
Podcast somewhere.
I can do crackhead. I've done crackhead.
I would love to
before.
see you as crackhead.
Yeah, I've done it. I've
lived it.
I've lived it. I have so much reference.
You can go method actor mode.
I'm a method actor. Meth actor.
Meth actor, bro.
You're a meth actor.
I'm a meth actor.
You are a
Not
meth
actor.
Yeah. Not anymore. I used to be, but
yes,
I'm sure I could call some people.
What about you guys? What's been on your guys' minds or like during this period of time? Like, what's next for you guys?
That's a great question. You go, bro.
I guess it's stand-up set
stand-up,
that I gotta do.
We need
Yeah,
to get this popping,
and,
bro.
and growing the podcast.
Yeah,
We started this. Ben was like, oh, you know, like the Kinjas was kind of going to an end, and he was like, let's start something, and we started it, and there was a lot of it is I'm learning it, like learning how to do all the stuff with social media and stuff. So it is stressful because I'm the old guy trying to figure out that stuff, but it's also fun too.
Yeah.
Because like I see the fruits from it, not like monetary fruits, but like just the little wins.
Yeah.
The little wins, you know.
See, this is the fun part, like the journey to get there, right?
It is fun.
Like,
it is fun. I've been enjoying it way more and more than
that's great.
Than when we first started, because it was like, what do we do? And there was more confusion. But now it's like it's just even. I feel like it's more fluid now, where it's just like we don't have to. Like it's not stressful, right? Like we've kind of set it up that way.
Yeah. It's becoming less stressful.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I actually want to take this time to give Ryan his flowers, because when he told me he wanted to do a podcast with me, I was like, bro, I actually don't have a lot of bandwidth to like. I mean, I'm down.
That's not how it exactly happened, but yes, continue.
I'm down to be a part of something. I'm not down to steer something, because I'm like, I got a lot of other stuff going on. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, if you want to do this, I want to challenge you, like steer it, and I'll be your support. Yeah. And of course, you know, with that, you know, he has questions like, yo, okay, here's what I've done. And it's like, well, what should I do? I was like, I don't know, dude, figure it out. You know what I mean?
So fucking the most Korean thing. That's what my dad said.
Yeah,
and
but
it's like doesn't teach me shit. Just like figure it out.
That's how you learn.
And then when I figure it out, he's like, "See, I told you. I told you."
Hey,
what
I
to
don't do it like your dad did. I'm like, yo, here's what I've done. Like try, experiment. You gotta do
just like you're told, just like
you gotta A/B test. Try this. If that doesn't work, try this.
That's what I've been doing.
But and what I want to give you flowers for is that it's been working. I've been seeing your growth, and I've been seeing how you're like, yo, okay, we got this is scheduled in our, you know, this is like on our calendar. I'm like, let's go. Like that's how we do it. Like schedule things in. And like you're figuring out your systems, even with our editor and producer Mark. Like you guys got your own system and your own flow. I'm like, bro, that's how you do this. Like that's how you build something like this. And I think from what I've learned from anything like dance, podcasting, like bro, nothing comes easy. You have to put the work in, and you have to study. You have to study that genre of like, what are we trying to actually do, and how does that become like impactful and effective in that space. And so I think from this, and we're both learning, we've never done a podcast like this, but I'm loving seeing your growth, because I'm just like, yo, dude, I actually, at first I was like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if this is something, but I'm like, I think I can
You
trust.
like my consistency? I'm consistent.
You are consistent.
I haven't.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And that's what I'm saying. I'm giving you your flowers for I see your growth. And yes, this is fun.
I love this.
Yeah, bro.
I like it.
This is my guy, man. I've known this.
Now we just need money.
Yes, we do.
Sponsors.
So if you want to just throw money at us, feel free.
Or like, you know, sandwiches or T-shirts or whatever you guys have.
Money's better.
Yeah, money's better.
Money's
only because and all that goes to like just this, right? And it's not like we're living, you know, money coming out of our asses.
We're trying to keep this thing sustainable.
Yes.
But no, I just wanted to give you your flowers for that.
Appreciate it.
But for me personally, in my transitional or sort of where I'm at currently, it's exploring the speaking space. You know, I think podcasting has a lot to do with it, but also being in front of crowds and doing like I said, I got a keynote speech that's coming up this week, and I'm like, man, how did this happen? I've been invited to speak at a conference in November, so it's just like, all right, cool. Let me exercise, and I want to treat the public speaking space as in the same way I've treated dance. Like, how do I study the greats?
See, that's a beauty about dancers, right? The people that get good in dance, right? They figure it out, and once they've understood how to master a certain thing, they take that energy and they can put it into something else.
Right.
So most dancers like that have transitioned. They're so successful,
right?
Because they knew how to make it in this like such abstract, obscure art to make money, and they can fucking transfer it to something else.
Yeah,
you know.
So that's my space right now, bro. I'm trying to learn how to be not like I want to be the next this guy or that guy. I just want to be the first me.
Yeah.
And sure, I have people that I look up to. I'm like, wow, I like that person's technique and how they do that. I like how they're effective in conveying this sort of message. I want to learn the effectiveness of certain things, but then how do I attach my voice, my way of delivering? Because I don't want to be the next anybody else. I want to be the first me. You know what I mean? So like that's what I'm learning right now.
Sometimes on KCRW they do like, oh, it's like storytelling. And then people come up and like, oh,
Do you know
this
what
is this
KCRW
person.
is?
Have you ever?
Of course I do, bro.
Yeah, have you ever heard those segments?
No.
Where they're just people and they it's like they go on and they tell stories.
Bro, I need to get on KCRW.
You should. Oh, you should look it up. Like just I don't know what they would title it under.
Yeah.
Maybe just type.
I think I can find it because I have a newsletter that comes from them.
There you go. Let's
yeah,
figure
and
that
then
out.
they'll just go through like, oh, this is this person from here, and then this is a story, and they do it in front of a crowd. So it's not necessarily like stand up, but it's similar. Like people are laughing and stuff, but it's just a story from beginning to end.
Right. I love that.
Like a monologue.
Yeah, it's like a monologue.
Yeah.
And some people talk about like
That's
them
dope.
being elementary
Or
school teachers.
one man show kind of thing.
Yeah, like a one man show, but really succinct, 5 minutes.
Ooh,
And it's
okay.
like that's it.
Yeah.
People do that. It's like not necessarily slam poetry, but like
It's kind of a mix
storytelling.
of
Yeah,
everything.
a
like
mix of
stand-up
everything.
and
Stand
that's
up, everything.
cool.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
You should look
I
into
will
that.
I'm gonna look into that too.
I will look into that. Lawerence, bro, thank you, man. This is fun. This is a cool little catch up. And as we were even before we started rolling, we're like, yo, we're not here to interview you, man. We just want to sit and chat with you and just catch up. And I feel like this is very life giving for all of us here. You know what I mean? Like,
I learned a lot too.
As homies, though, you know what's funny? Like, if you don't have a specific setting and an intention to talk, like yo, we're gonna like really catch up. A lot of that stuff normally surfaces. Like, oh yeah, what you been working on? Like, yeah. But like, I think that's what I love this podcast platform. Like, we're supposed to get into like.
Yeah, podcasts are dope in that.
What have you been thinking about? What have you been challenged with?
Yeah, friends coming on. It's always just like, all right, well, let's chat.
Yes, 100%.
Let's really get into 100%. It. You know?
Well, for the sake of those listeners who are curious to like follow more and to learn more about you, like where are you at? Where can people get the latest and greatest updates from the life of Lawerence Kao?
You can't. I'm off the grid.
He's off the grid, dude. That's what it is.
You can find him in
no social media.
Nothing.
But your social media is.
It's at I am Lawerence Kao.
I am.
He
doesn't have a
Lawerence
TikTok
Kao.
yet, but he will.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
We're gonna make him a TikTok.
No, never.
What if you go viral?
What if we manage it? We went viral.
We'll make a TikTok for
if
you.
You manage my TikTok. Yeah, I won't do anything. You guys do it.
So now the responsibilities on
Should we just do that?
Yeah, I ain't gonna do
it.
it.
A company that we just manage. People.
Folks, Conversations will manage your TikToks if you don't have one. And Ryan will be the one to do it.
He's the better manager.
Ryan's gonna steer it. He's the steering captain.
He's the better manager of the TikToks, though.
No, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, man. We're a bunch of boomers over here. Folks, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for watching, listening. If you are finding us for the first time, we have a good handful of episodes before us with amazing guests just like Lawerence. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe at Conversations Pod.
It's Conversations_pod for everything on the board except our X, which is ConversationsPod_.
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
And we got a YouTube, which is what is that?
Conversations_pod.
Conversations_pod.
Yeah. All around the board.
Yes.
YouTube. And
follow us, watch us, like us, tag us. We'll regram. We appreciate you guys. See you guys on the next one. Peace out, Conversations Podcast.
Peace.
We out of ya.
Peace.